Hello, this is Dr. Eric Bricker, and thank you for watching A Healthcare Z. Today's topic is change in employee health plans depends on the leader. That's right. So, I have known many fantastic leaders in employee benefits in America. And some of them I haven't necessarily known firsthand, but I know they're amazing leaders. So Candace Schaffer, who's the head of benefits at Purdue University, I don't know her personally, but I know people who know Candace Schaffer, and they tell me about the amazing leader that she is. And I personally know Virginia Nesbitt, who used to be the head of benefits for Brinker International, which is Chili's and Maggiano's restaurants. And I personally know John Tornes, the head of Serigraph, that revolutionized their employee health plan, and he essentially has retired now. But they have all of them, like kept healthcare costs flat while improving employee health, decreased healthcare costs by like 20% while improving employee health, kept healthcare costs flat for 9 years while improving employee health. So they dramatically changed the dynamic for healthcare for their employees and their family members within their organizations. And guess what? All three of them were tremendous leaders. And so that took me to an article about organizational change, because essentially to change the employee health plan dynamic, it's really changing a large facet of the organization, like the current state today and the state that they were able to achieve was a change. So I went to this article from Current Psychology, it's from April of 2022, that analyzed, it was a meta-analysis of 79 studies about organizational change. They're like, look, what makes organizational change successful or unsuccessful? And they found these 79 articles and they analyzed them. And guess what the first thing is that they found? Organizational change usually fails. Okay, so just know that in general, it doesn't work. But interestingly, when it is successful, they found that leadership contributed to 71% of the success. It was the leadership within the organization that contributed more to the success of the change than anything else. So if you want to change an employee health plan, you have to have a leader. By definition. And by leader, I don't mean a leader in terms of their position or their title, but a leader in terms of their personality. They've got a leader's personality. Okay, so why? So why do you have to have a leader in order to create change? Well, it's because you need a leader to set the vision and direction. You need a leader to align and build a coalition. You need a leader who has credibility. You need a leader who's able to communicate the story of what the future state will look like repeatedly. You need a leader to manage resistance, because of course, whenever there's change, there will always be opposition to that change. So the leader can manage that resistance. And then the leader, you actually have to get things done. The leader actually has project management skills. They set goals and deadlines, and they create KPIs, and they keep people accountable. It's like putting on the Olympics, right? I always think of putting on the Olympics as like this incredibly complicated task, right? So they're able to do that type of project management. Okay, and then finally, they're able to sustain the change, because change is always two steps forwards, one step back. So when you falter, the leader gets back up, brushes themselves off, and keeps going. Okay, so that's why change is so dependent on the leader, because you need a leader to do these 7 things. If you don't have a leader to do those 7 things, the change will not happen. Okay, so then the question becomes, why would anyone want to be a leader? Like, what engenders a personality type of a leader? And so that's, again, where the literature says, 1, people become leaders because they want to have influence. They want to have an impact. Not everybody wants to have an impact, right? I mean, a lot of people, it's okay. Listen, I'm not judging anybody. Listen, a lot of people are kind of like passive, right? So leaders, by definition, they want to influence. They want to impact. Okay, 2, they derive pleasure from a sense of accomplishment. I mean, it's like they set goals and they achieve those goals, and they just kind of like doing that. It's like, hey, I want to go run a marathon. And they run a marathon. Or, hey, I want to, accomplish any particular goal. I want to start a Cub Scout or a Girl Scout troop or whatever, right? It's like, okay, right? They like accomplishing stuff. They derive satisfaction from accomplishing things. Okay, not everybody's like that. It's okay, but leadership personalities tend to. And then finally, leaders, for some reason, they like to help other people. They like to serve other people. Again, I'm not judging everybody. Not everybody likes to help other people. A lot of people don't. That's totally okay. But leaders, actually, for some reason, they like service. They like helping other people. Okay, so fine. Every time you have reasons to be, why would there are lots of people that don't want to be leaders. Their personality is like, no, I do not want to be a leader. Why do people not want to be leaders? Again, let's go to the literature. Okay. 1, fear of failure. Okay, guess what? If you stick your neck out as a leader to influence and accomplish things and help other people, guess what? You're probably going to fail from time to time, right? That's just anybody who's ever tried to lead anything, no, it's filled with setbacks. Okay, so people who do not like being leaders, like, look, I have fear of failure. Okay, 2. Why not be a leader? A lot of people are introverts. About 2/3 of people are extroverts and about 1/3 of people are introverts. Okay, so if you're an introvert, you can't really be an effective leader, right? You kind of have to be outgoing and you have to be a big communicator. You have a lot of energy and a lot of passion and motivating other people. In general, introverts are not going to be leaders, okay? Next up, some people are like, I just want to be an individual contributor. I don't really want to manage other people. I kind of just want to do my thing, and I don't want to be involved in sort of the politics or the relationships within my organization. Again, that's totally fine. I'm not judging, but that's why people are not leaders. And leaders, by definition, want to be not just individual contributors. Okay. And then finally, why not be a leader? They're just burned out. They're like, you know what? Being a leader is going to take a lot of effort, and I just kind of don't have it in me right now. Well, again, which is totally fine for a gazillion reasons. There's kind of 2 types of people, right? There's people that live to work and people that work to live. And so if you're a type of person who just kind of works to live because you've got other things going on in your life that are more of a priority, that's totally okay. But then by definition, you're kind of not going to be a leader, because to be a leader, you kind of have to live to work. You kind of have to have this passion around influencing and accomplishment and service. Okay, so fine. So what's my point? So what? So this is fascinating, Dr. Bricker. Why in the world are you telling us that it takes a leader to actually change an employee benefit plan? What that means that for healthcare change, it's largely personality driven. If we want to find employers or organizations or what have you, whether it be hospitals, physician groups, government agencies, again, companies, nonprofits, if they're going to change healthcare, it's really based upon the personality of the leaders. Okay, what is it not? What is it? It's the personality of the people in the organization, the leaders within the organization, over the industry. So employee health plan change. Look. Candace Schaffer, higher education. Virginia Nesbitt is hospitality. John Tornes, manufacturing. It doesn't really matter what the industry is. It matters about their personality of being a leader. Okay, next up. Geography. Candace Schaffer, Indiana. Virginia Nesbitt, nationwide. John Tornes, Wisconsin. It can be anywhere. Okay, I know an incredible healthcare leader who's in Maine. Okay, so he ran the Hannaford grocery stores all over New England. Okay, so it can happen in New England. It can happen anywhere. Okay, so it's not really based on geography. And then finally, it's not really based on economics. Okay, so it's were any of these organizations doing financially very well? Were they doing very poorly? So the issue is that if we want to change healthcare, then we either need to find leaders or we need to put these leaders in. It's highly personality driven. So that's the point I wanted to make today. Thank you so much for watching A Healthcare Z.